The game developers just, as usual, don't know how to make a challenging boss. Challenge to them is just unfairness, I guess. Just saying, your build doesn't mean anything in this game. We're just going to make this boss do this nonsense that you can't avoid. And it forces you to do the fight how we think you should do the fight, and only ever do the fight. And even how we think you should do the fight will involve you probably dying sometimes. So what I'm about to show, I'm not showing it in this, what you're seeing right now, I'm just going to show you the difference. This is my dev as he currently is. And I'm going to intentionally let this dude get his cheeky mood off. I mean, you could say what I'm doing to him is cheeky now, but honestly, what he does to you is also that. So anything, any exploits in this game that you can use to get by this boss, I'm 100% for, because this move is nonsense. Alright, so he's doing it right now. I could have already killed him then, but I wanted him to get it off this time. I have my weapon leech, super leech healing pistols just to still stay alive, but yeah, I just want you to see, just pay attention to my health bar whenever I take a hit, and then obviously sometimes you just take some sort of crazy hit sometimes. Those hives or whatever they're called, I think, is a combination of that and the axes that happens. But yeah, just pay attention to my health this whole time. And when we get to the next fight, I want you to pay attention to it again. I'm doing my best, as you see, and you'll see in the second fight, to not really change anything I'm doing. I still gotta stay alive, so it's like I still gotta get my health back. Because yeah, I could die instantly when he takes it that low instantly, so gotta make sure I'm doing something. He still stood no chance. This is what I'm talking about. This isn't a challenging boss, it's just it's an unfair boss. This is the best way to describe it. Now, in Eye of the Storm, before World Slayer, I still think Eye of the Storm has some nonsense with it too. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you have the Reavers freaking stun locking you. You have him summoning a gajillion anomaly rifts that don't heal you if they kill them, and they do ridiculous damage. But one thing I will say to Eye of Storm's credits is that everything that goes on in that circus still checks your build. Your build does matter. I've tested it. Golem protects you, protects damage. It does work against the anomaly rifts. Resistance works against the anomaly rifts to the point that if you get like 100% resistance, if you go a full resistance build, you will take effectively no damage during that fight. Full armor, health, and resistance, both the Reavers and the Rifts. And Yagok's abilities are doing nothing to you in Eye of the Storm. Same in Wellsprings. Same in every single fight. Same with Akriel. Let's talk about the Akriel nonsense. That boss who will just one-tap you. Right before you face this Arbiter, the guy you have to charge all those pedestals to, his obliteration will just one-tap you. It does not check your build either. The good news about that is that his timer is so long that you can honestly do just fine anyway. The bad news, again, these game developers hate the players. Of course they didn't care to fix any of that. So the bad news about that fight is sometimes he will just randomly do it at random times. Like, I've seen it where he does it 1 minute into the fight. You have no chance then. You and your whole team will die against that boss, guaranteed, if he does it within 1 minute, because you can't even charge the stupid stuff and do the stupid damage to kill him. He's the only boss that I now recommend fully. If you have a full cheaters modded gun, one-tap him by all means. Please, just one-tap that dude and move on. He is broken right now. Now, I'm not for using that if his ability at least worked, because it's not the most ridiculous one, mainly just because the timer is pretty forgiving, honestly. It's a pretty long timer. But it's still a bullcrap ability. The devs add that stuff because they have no ideas on how to make a challenging fight in this game. So let's see what happens in this one, shall we? So I'm going to show you my build. If you've already seen, it's the same build you've seen, of course, but I'm going to make just one change. I could make 2 changes, I realized. I could change my skill tree to also pick up more protection cooldown, which I would be prepared to do, because my initial thoughts was this would be an easy switch into this build without even changing it much, just to basically add Golem for harder fights like this, if it actually worked. Because Endless Mass is mostly useless. The Martial bonus and Endless Mass are mostly useless against this boss. So I would love to get rid of, a Martial mod on my gear for a Golem mod, as I'm doing now, and just not even care about if I don't have the bonus or not. And as you're seeing, I'm equipping this. I put Golem on. I'm going to equip this purple chest piece. That's identical. Also, RNG is crap in this game, of course, as we know, because you just get the same stuff you use over and over again. And of course, what are the odds that I would get a purple chest piece that is literally identical to the Martial chest piece mods, where they are everything? So I put Perseverance on. We're going to do this, and we're going to see if this makes a lick of difference. Spoiler alerts, it doesn't. I already tested this against the Arbiter before you fight this dude, because again, all three of the Arbiters do the same crap anyway, so you can test, if it works on one, it's going to work on the other. So the Arbiter, before you fight this Arbiter, I already tested it running up to him, and yeah, I took one hit from him, and it was, I'm pretty sure, the exact same hit where just one of the axes hit me, rather than a lot of damage. That's hard to track since you take so much damage during it. But yeah, the same axe, it did the exact same percentage of my health bar. So theoretically, because not only that, I have more health too. Think about that. I have even more health, and I'm taking 65% damage reduction. If it was 10%, if it was even 20%, I would agree it'd be kind of hard to tell this quickly if it's making a difference. But 65% and more health? Let's see. Already in one hit. That was one. I was paying attention. Just one of those axes took away almost half of my health. Oh look, I'm already in the red. Again, if it does that sort of crazy damage without Golem, then of course if you're just standing still doing nothing with Golem on, you're still going to take a lot of damage. But it should still be, if you're moving and shooting though, I mean, I'm doing the same thing I was in the last fight. There is zero difference. Zero difference. So, now I'm going to kill him. I probably will test this even more just to really make it certain, but I mean, again, it's 65% reduction, dude. That is so high that you should, one run should tell a difference to you. Like I said, if it was 10%, 20%, it'd be harder, especially with such a high damaging move, but 65% and I have more health, that proves it really doesn't check anything. It doesn't check your health bar. It doesn't check your resistance. I already pretty much tested that with all my builds you've seen, stacking resistance repeatedly on some of them, and it would work, and stacking resistance would help me everywhere else except this dude, except that move specifically. It's now I'm just going to scrap all this stuff, of course, before I continue, and then I just go and plow. I kill him twice more after this, and he doesn't even get that move off. Because that's how cheeky my build is at interrupting him until he dies, basically. And again, if you want to do stuff like this, I mean, heck, you saw me do it a little bit. I just did it so that I could get my health back to full and use Golem again. I was in Gravity Leap mode just until I was ready to just use it on him during that axe phase. And I was waiting until Golem's cooldown was back so I could activate it immediately after using Gravity Leap. And again, just show you that is not helping at all. But I always suspected it because Boulder Dash puts that protection on you. And this dude, anytime he's got it off on my build, and I'm Boulder Dashing into him, which should be healing me off the skill leech and giving me 65% damage reduction the whole time I'm doing it, I still will go into the red. And no, not after, but during Boulder Dash. Not after I was done Boulder Dashing, during it. It's from full health, like instantly. So I'm telling you, this move is nonsense. This boss is nonsense. And to imagine that this is the only thing worth looting in this game too. Like these devs, my next video, I've been waiting to hold it. I'm going to write a list because these devs deserve no mercy. And listen, I like this game. There's a lot of things to like about this game. Before World Slayer. After World Slayer, they destroyed it. We paid $40 to get nerfed, to have a recycled boss with bullcrap mechanics. And that's it. There was nothing else.